Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And yeah, I said it with Ben and Jack, Mike Prince, the radio guy. How you guys doing today?
Doing fine, sir.
So you getting better?
I'm getting better. I took my castor off.
You took your castor, and your wounds are healing quite well now, huh?
No, not. It's still a process, but I got them covered still.
He's not as sick as last week.
He's not as sick as last week. So are you going to return to some games now?
We still on that. I still got an infection, so I don't want to get nobody sick.
Was the email sent? You mentioned an email. Was the email sent?
Was the email sent?
Yeah, right.
We'll talk about that because apparently it was either email or it was an itch somewhere. Because from what I heard, they said Coach Bubba, he got my email or he got the itch.
Okay. Well, either way, the Panthers coming off a thrilling win from the 99th annual State Fair Classic in Dallas, Texas, 36-34, 5 overtimes to get a winner out of this one. What are you guys' assessments of this past week's performance?
Well, I want to go back and say you should have said that Prairie View whooped their ass and then went into that other stuff. But I just want to throw that extra for anybody from Grambling listening. Just wanted to put an exclamation point on there. Because I think people thought we were like dead, like zombies. But from what I was told, the people from Grambling that left the game, they were in disbelief. They were walking around like, what? You lying? I'm like, check your phone.
He come out the gate swinging, huh, Jack? He came out swinging first round.
Right.
Hey, y'all just don't know, man. I've been taking a lot of flack from these old, and let me tell you, I do love the state of Louisiana, but I've been taking a lot of flack from these Rudy Pooty.
Okay. Jack, what's your assessment of last week, man?
Yeah, I'm proud of my Panthers, our Panthers. I was telling Ben earlier that I know it took the coach some gall to change quarterbacks in the middle of the game. So I'm just happy that he was able to make that adjustment, and we came out on top. So just proud of our team coming through.
Yes, sir. Well, we spoke with Bubba earlier this week, and we asked, was there a quarterback controversy with the latest move? He said absolutely not, that they're going to go with Johnson. He's the hot hand right now until proven otherwise. So he said it was a decision he teeter-tottered with for a moment, but then he said he was glad that he pulled the trigger. And as a result, the guy actually looked pretty good, calm, cool, and collected under pressure. Started out a little shaky, you can imagine, coming in, thrown in the fire when you wasn't expected to play much, but he took advantage of some opportunities. And I want to tip my hat to the will of these guys, especially from the defensive side, even though it seemed like it's a lot of points given up with the 34. They had a bend but don't break mentality when it went to those 2-point attempts in overtime, and they pulled it together. Now, hopefully, this win can get them back on track. I'm not really concerned about Incarnate Word, although, of course, you want to win the game. We cannot, now I'll stress again, we cannot lose any other conference games. We have to win out. And I know that's a tall order. We still have to play FAMU, Pine Bluff, Alabama State, Alcorn, and it might be somebody else I'm forgetting, but we cannot afford to lose any other conference games.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely agreed. Yeah. Ben, what was your assessment of the game?
I'm trying to do a little research while y'all were talking. I think pretty much what Prince said, I agree about the being not breaking. I think just the fact that I heard someone said that this really was a grow-up game for Coach Bubba, in that he had to make some decisions, or decisions were going to be made about him. And that is, I'm looking, you're talking about that defense. I think the defense, I'm going back and forth. I think the defense did very well, Prince. They only gave up 7 points in the second quarter. That's before overtime. You know, overtime is a totally different situation. So for the defense to give up 7 points, I think they did a good job. But I just feel that, and I like Coach Bubba. I'm going to say it again. I don't need no petty listeners, you know, calling me. I like Coach Bubba. But I think sometimes he can just be a little too cool. You know, if you ever had that cool uncle, you know, he don't never get too angry. He just real cool. I think sometimes Cooper need to go slam a door. Bubba need to go slam a door. You know, slam the window.
Well, we don't know what goes on behind the scene. That's what I try to keep reminding you. You know, he'd be cool on the exterior, but in the locker rooms and in the coach's corner, he's probably kicking and turning over stuff and raising his decimal.
Furniture.
Right.
And as I told you, the little bit that I know about you since me and Jack was part of your wedding, you always told me, if my son or daughter show out, that's where I'm showing out. So I don't want to hear nothing about the locker room. I'm talking about sometimes you need to throw the clipboard on the ground. Sometimes you need to throw the water on the ground. Sometimes you need to, I can't say pull somebody by the face mask because we don't do that no more. But sometimes you need to walk up to somebody's earplug and say, what are you doing? Right on the field, you know. And so I basically have just adopted that philosophy also. You can either get embarrassed in front of public and you want to hold back until we get inside, or you can try to address it right there and then. So, you know, the little bit I recall about you, you always told me to address it right there and then. We don't need to go back. You showed your ass in public. That's why I'm finna show mine in public. So
let me do some clarity. Number one, raising my children is different than coaching somebody else's child. You know, how I raise my child will be slightly different than how I coach somebody else's child. But, you know, for the point, and you can still address the issue in the appropriate times and manner. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, and there is a right way to do everything. So
Well, I'm not gonna give you no bulletin board, you know, material like you did to me last week. But I just know my old frat brother. He was once. You show out, that's where I'm showing out, and I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we'll go back and move a little forward to this week, and before we go over our picks and segments. They got Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word is a tough program. They're at home. They're looking solid right now. And when talking with Coach Bubba, you know, they're going to be up for the task. But like I stated earlier, I want the win. I'm not going to huff and puff if the win is, you know, not achieved, but we're still competitive. I don't want us to go and lay an egg, you know, but I want us to be focused and geared up on maybe Johnson can get some more reps in that can sharpen them up for the conference play that he has from here on out. We'll have one other non-conference game. That'll be homecoming against Texas A&M Commerce. I have my reservations about that game, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anything else that you guys are looking at for this Incarnate Word matchup?
Well, I'm looking right now. They're looking like they're scoring a good at least 28 points a game. Even when they lose, they're scoring 20-plus points. So I would just say, Coach Bubba, whatever that itch that you were scratching at halftime, you know, just kind of focus up on that defense. We need to tighten up on that secondary. But I heard that it wasn't a catch from those people who were actually live at the game. But they're scoring 20 points, so that means that we need to at least score 28 points. If they're scoring 20, we need to score 28. So, but I have a quick question. Is the young man that's playing at the University of Miami, is he the same guy that was playing at Incarnate Word? The quarterback?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. He's the one that went to some Oregon school and then he went, okay. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ward is
and that was going to be my point too, was that Incarnate Word is not as strong as they were when they had Ward. So it's a game that can't be won by the Panthers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we got our matchups for this week. Then we got our fantasy update, and we got a lot to cover. They say in a short time. So let the games begin.
Well, we got about an hour to talk, so we good. But you know, the funny thing is, you know, it's just interesting. I just want to touch upon something real quick. It's interesting that just to know that a young man can go from Incarnate Word to the University of Miami to being one of the top 3 people in the Heisman Trophy race. So when you think of talent, I think a lot of times, especially people who are coming from these HBCUs, we sometimes get confused or we buy into what the PWIs are talking about. But there are good athletes that are not necessarily going to these Power 5 PWIs. And so if you're just put in the right, on the right team in the right position, man, the ceiling is up there. So I'm happy for the young man, and but I'm also happy for some of the talent that, you know, in the SWAC that we have. So I was just kind of just throwing that out there. Do you want me to go over this fantasy league?
Whichever order y'all want to go, it doesn't matter with me.
All right. Well, I'm going to go over this. I'm going to just go and jump on there, and Jack, I'll let you do yours last. And so, Jack, who was in the Tardy Bowl? Hold on before I go back. The Tardy Bowl last week was, let me see, who was in the Tardy Bowl? Was it Mike Prince? I think it was Mike Prince. Yeah, that old Mike Prince, Tardy Bowl. So the Tardy Bowl last week was Mike Prince. This week, Mike Prince, the Lord blessed him. Yeah. So he went from the Tardy Bowl to he won this week. He had 436 yards, and man, God showed grace on me. Oh, thank you, Jack. You're in the Tardy Bowl with 292. Only because I feel bad for you. You only had your quarterback playing and your defense. Basically, all your players didn't play due to the storm. So, again, I wanted to give a shout-out. God, continue to have mercy on the state of Florida and Georgia, South Carolina, and all of those families that are dealing with the flood. But unfortunately for you, Jack, since you didn't have any players, you're in the Tardy Bowl. So you beat me out by he beat me out by 6 points. So you had 5 people that didn't play. So I was like, "Woo, thank you, Lord. Thank you for the storm." But so Prince, you won this week with 436. You got Morgan. He gave you 305 points. He was 185, 2 touchdowns. He had 96 yards rushing, and he was your top person.
Well, we don't need all the details. We just need to know who was on top this week. That's all.
Oh, okay. See, Jack, see how he rolled? But okay.
No, I'm just saying, you know.
No. I'm good. So next week when I flush you down the drain, don't say nothing. But right now, this week you won. Jack, you're in the Tardy Bowl. And so that is week 2 of the fantasy.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
If I came that close with only 2 or 3 players, I feel good the rest of the way.
All I know is I haven't been in the Tardy Bowl, so thank God that little commercial.
Well, don't get too ahead of yourself, son. We still got.
Anyway, all I know is the little commercial with the little man that used to be around the ring. You remember that commercial?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Clean. So
he said Mr. Clean. Wrong man, but we understand what you're saying.
Yeah. All right, Jack, there you go, man.
Yeah. All right, going on our picks. Last week, so our running total currently, Dr. Prince was in the lead last week. This week, I was able to tie him, so a running total of 18 correct picks for Dr. Prince. I have 18 correct picks, and then you talking about toilet bowls.
What?
You're in the toilet bowl in the picks with only 12.
Hold on, whoa. What did you just say, Jack?
Yeah, he's in the toilet bowl.
Whoa. Yeah. I can't hear you. I got a bad connection with you. What you saying?
As far as the picks go, he is in the toilet bowl.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, first of all, I'm going to figure out we need to do some auditing because I don't know why you copying on my slogan, so something sounds a little fishy. But anyway, by next week we'll do a recap. There might be some cheating going on over there, but it's all good.
Well, he always quick to say somebody cheating when stuff don't go his way, don't he?
Well, I know. I'm just saying it from the standpoint why your stuff got to be the toilet bowl. Why you can't, put my stuff on the line in the backyard to dry. Come up with your own slogan. But
the toilet bowl is the toilet bowl. If you stink this week, you stink this week. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, all right. So this
Stinky boy.
matchup. Right. Like don't think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. All right. This week on this week's lineup, we have Florida A&M at Alabama State.
Mm-mm.
Who you gonna pick, Ichi?
I'm picking Alabama State. I'm taking Alabama State, man.
I'm taking Florida A&M, Jack.
Okay. And I'm going to take Alabama State as well.
Oh, I got to pick up.
Yep, this is your chance.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, we have Arkansas Pine Bluff at Alcorn State. Alcorn for me.
Yeah, I'm going to put Alcorn on that one.
Okay, straight across the board on that one. Next, we have Virginia Lynchburg at Texas Southern.
Man, there's no reason that Texas Southern should let me down this week. I'm riding with the Tigers.
I want to go against them since they beat us on the first game, but I'm going to ride with the Tigers on my behalf of my wife.
That's true. A happy home. You got to keep a happy home.
There you go.
But I tell you this, I'm supposed to go to the homecoming game, but I won't have no maroon and gray on. So I'm just giving you, it's going to be blue and white for me.
Whatever.
Have my Sigma stuff on. Get
that. Okay.
Yeah. I have the Tigers as well in that matchup. So next we have Alabama A&M at Jackson State.
Ooh. I'm taking Jackson State.
I have JSU as well.
I'll just pick you on JSU. Didn't want to, but I'll take JSU.
Oh, now go ahead, man. Be a free thinker.
I said JSU.
There you go.
All right. In our next matchup, we have Nichols at Southern.
I'll take Nichols.
I'll take the Nick.
Okay, I'll go with Southern. On that one. And let's see. And then our marquee matchup, our beloved Prairie View A&M Panthers at Incarnate Word in San Antonio, Texas.
Number one fan.
Panthers.
Number one fan.
Say that again, sir. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. What you say?
Oh, number 2 fan.
I'm on IR, man. I don't have to pick this week.
Yeah, okay. You don't have to pick.
I'm looking at the record right now. I mean, this quarterback, he has 1,100 yards passing total, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But I just believe that Coach Bubblegum, he got another cussing in it. I'm going with PV. I feel like he got one more in it.
I'm going to take the home team on this. I think Incarnate Word, and like I said, I want them to win. I'm not putting too much pressure on this one. I just want them to perform well. But I think Incarnate Word will be able to hold off and defend their home territory this week.
So you're actually going with Incarnate Word?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. You said the home team, so I thought you meant
the home team is Incarnate Word.
Okay. That ain't your home team.
No, I didn't say it was my home team. I said I'm going with the home team.
Okay, Jack. Who you going with, Jack?
He didn't say
He stuttered, but anyway.
No. Yeah, I already said it. I'm going with our Mighty Panthers.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the fantasy and just let you know that I did switch quarterbacks, so I have the new starting quarterback at TV. Thank you. Just wanted to throw that out.
Did he just put something in?
Yeah, he pencil whipping. But that's okay. That's okay.
No. Crawley is not the starting quarterback. I'm not Crawley. Cooley.
Peters.
Not Cooley. Man, 2 interceptions. I'm gonna call them 2 interceptions. Like
no, Cam Peters.
Well, him Peters. 2 interceptions. I'm gonna.
You're dropping. I'm gonna go with the quarterback.
I'm gonna go with the starting quarterback. PV. That's what I'm saying.
So look, so you listen to him, Jack. Whoever happens to be starting that week, that's who.
No. I'm gonna keep my quarterback from Bethune-Cookman. I'm dropping Peters, and I'm going with the starting quarterback.
Okay.
Okay. Then, for clarity purposes, if you need to know,
it's like Burger King. You can have it your way, brother.
Yeah, we know who not gonna have him, so yeah, you ain't gonna drop your way. Yeah, so don't worry about what I'm doing over here.
Oh my God, this dude is on something special, boy. He's on something special. Well, we love him. Lord, know we love him. We love him. Yeah. Oh my God, 34 years.
Hey, fans, you don't need this kind of love the way he do love. You don't need this over here.
Hey, you know what Tina said? What love got to do with it, right?
Yeah. Hey, I do want to bring up. I want to ask you, Prince. Don't forget before we get off to update us on our tally. And you know, you always tell me about me stirring up some stuff. So I did go pay my little debt to little dude from Southern named Perry. So I paid my debt. But, man, there was a little drama going on with this dude, Scotty, man. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on with him. But I did finally get my money. And he didn't know it, but by him losing the Grambling game, he donated $25 to the cause. So whenever I can get my money from Jack, we're going to take that $25 and donate on his behalf.
Okay, then. Well, we thank Brother Scotty by way of Grambling's defeat for helping out with the cause. And I'll go ahead and stick this in right now. Now, we had set a goal of 3,000. We didn't quite make the 3,000, but we thank those for whatever they were able to do. And if you still
bro.
I know. I'm just saying we had the membership drive was from September 1st to September 30th officially. But what I was saying before you so rudely cut me off, sir, that if you would like to continue to donate toward the cause, you can always go to the website at obnradio.com, click on the donation button, or you can go by way of Cash App at $OBN Radio. And the tally was 1,100 of the 3,000, and with the addition of the $25, that makes it, as Eddie Murphy said, $1,125.00.
But for clarity, Mr. Prince, I thought we said we were going to keep it open until the end of football season.
I did. Okay. Let me.
Maybe I misheard.
Jack, that's
I wear hearing aids now.
That's Fort Worth ISD.
I wear hearing aids now.
Okay. So. Are you paying attention, Ben? Because I'm about to explain it to you one more time.
Okay. I got my ear close to the phone.
Okay. From September 1st to September 30th is our already in place, in-house annual listening-ship partner drive. And we usually have that open 24 hours a day to get the donations for that month. However, just because the 30th has passed, we still keep it open for an ongoing donation give year-round. Just September is designated as our listening partner drive. Okay? So to summarize yet again, although the listening partnership drive came to an end September 30th, you can still send your donations to the website at obnradio.com. Click on the donation button, or you can go by Cash App at $OBN Radio. Got that, Ben?
Yeah. The key word was annual.
Yes.
Key word was annual.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Now is Fort Worth ISD in the house now?
I'm just telling you that a $25 contribution will be coming. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Ben, for
thank Scotty.
Brother Scott.
Yes. Thank sorry, Scotty. That's the easy thing.
You go picking up.
Hey, and listen, Scotty, if you want to make another bet, Just come and call it.
Hey man, look, what little proceeds we are raised, we gonna have to hire a bodyguard for Ben, man, wherever he goes.
No, I don't need none of that. I don't need none of that.
They call him the op. He's the op.
As long as Jesus allows me to have Peter around me, I'm good at all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, man, we know that Prairie View playing out of conference. I'm real intrigued with this Alabama State FAMU game because it's an Eastern Division matchup, and it's two of the teams I actually picked Alabama State out of the East to win this. But Ben, I think you and I were discussing where you feel like people are a bit premature, thinking that the East is a bit more dominant than the West in football.
Yeah, I think, if you listen to some of these other, I mean, we're all going to support our own teams and so forth. But I think some of the people on the FAMU, the Jackson State, the Alabama State, they're just assuming that they're going to win. And I personally take it as a personal attack when you want to come against PV. And I'll say stuff like, when the track changed this lineup, we took the best champion from the East and put it in the West. And Alcorn or Corn or whatever we want to call them, I don't think they've won a championship or a conference championship since they've been in the West yet. So I think, I forgot the guy's name, but whoa, Nelly, don't count your horses too fast, So it's still a lot of game left. I do predict that it's going to be a good game this weekend. I would like Florida A&M to lose just to bring them back down to earth. But if you think about it, who would have thought, man, within about 3 weeks, Jackson State was waving their flags just like Donald Trump. They go to Grambling, and all of a sudden, somebody breaks their flag, and Grambling starts flying theirs around like it's a flag from South Carolina. And then they go to the Cotton Bowl, and you can't even find a Grambling State flag nowhere. So it's just a lot of game to be played. All I really care about is, Coach Bubba, I hope you're listening. I think you got one more still in you. So as Mr. Prince said, we can't lose no more games. So we just got to hold everybody accountable. I'm still a little upset because I don't know why my nephew, Savage, he can't be in the game more often. But we need to get this together. I'm like on drumline. Put my players on the field. I don't care what's wrong. Put my players on the field.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. I can pause just for a minute. You say you don't care what's going on. And I'm not saying this is that I have any inside privilege or anything. Let's say Savage was being disruptive. Let's say Savage was not being able to fully understand all the routes necessary or blocking assignments. Are you saying put him in to sacrifice the overall benefit of the team?
I think that was a good point that you brought up because me and Jack were talking about it. It's really a hard call. I don't really want to say sacrifice. If it is a sacrifice, it makes me wonder what could have happened from spring training to all of a sudden that you know more now that you knew then. But what I will say is if he don't know how to do but 2 routes, put him on the field just for the other team to just think he going to run them 2 routes and do what you're doing already. You're not throwing the ball to him anyway, so throw the ball to whoever you're going to throw it to. But at least put him on the field as a decoy. Right now, he's not a decoy because he's sitting on the bench. He might as well just, I'm going to play 1 in the first, 1 in the second. I'm going to go sit down for halftime, come back 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth. We can't win like that. And so I don't know all of the particulars. I just heard it was some rumbling, some furniture movement at a halftime. And so hopefully Coach Bubba, he's kind of seeing some things that he needs to twerk. And so hopefully he's working that dynamic. One of the questions that I wanted to ask you is, at what point, if you are the head coach and me and Jack are not necessarily doing our part, do you just say, hey, fellas, I appreciate it, but let me just take over.
Whenever it's necessary.
Okay, so then right now it's necessary. Coach Bubba, it's necessary. It's necessary.
Now, I got a question to ask you. You say, you keep saying, I heard. I don't know what the sources is, what that you're hearing, and how reliable the sources are. But I
put my ear next to the wall, and I heard.
When I hear somebody say, I heard, that's just like saying they said and them. You know, I don't care who them is. I don't care who what they said is. And I'm not too big on what I heard.
Well, you heard or you saw. I think I just told you earlier, you were talking about what did the defense do. And I heard and I saw that Prairie View gave up a lot of points in the first half. I heard or I saw, and I just repeated to you, that in the second half, Prairie View's defense held Grambling to 7 points. So, however I heard it, I saw that the defense only gave up 7 points in the second half, and that's not counting, overtime. So, somewhere between I heard intersection and I saw the corner of, something happened. And so, by that meaning something happened, I think he can see now that whatever he did at halftime, he might need to do a little more of that, because before the first half, if I'm looking at it correctly, they scored 17 points in the first half. So, again, between I heard corner and I saw street, some type of adjustment occurred. And so I pray that he continues to make those adjustments to where he's putting the team in the best position to make the plays that's needed.
Well, at least his Fort Worth Mavs got on target, Jack.
Yeah,
okay. Well, I guess you can hear it too, so, But now, Mr. Prince, because I talked to you earlier, Jack, what did you think about, or did you even see it, what did you think about the new dynamic of overtime?
It's not new.
I mean,
it's not new.
It's been in place for 4 or 5 years now.
But I never seen it go out to that extent. Even the commentators this weekend mentioned that they never seen it go past a third overtime. So I kind of like that dynamic, because the players, they're going to get tired, and it's going to, kind of hopefully save players from getting hurt and injury and dehydrated and all that good stuff. So I kind of like the format.
Okay.
What about you guys?
What about you, Prince?
Well, like I mentioned, it wasn't new. As backing on what Jack said, I've always enjoyed the overtime in high school and college because of its uniqueness. The NFL has slightly changed to it, but it's exciting, and it enhances the game as far as I'm concerned. I like it.
Yeah. It was an adjustment. Again, I know y'all keep saying it was already there, but I guess maybe I missed it when I saw it in the fourth overtime. Overtime games I had seen, I had never seen it like that, but, it is what it is.
What do you prefer, Ben? Do you prefer the old way of just...
No, I just thought it kind of threw me off. I thought, when you have overtime, you meet in the middle, coin toss, blah, 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 and Jack gets 4 opportunities, Benjamin gets 4 opportunities. If Jack kicks a field goal, Benjamin needs to score a touchdown. I had not seen the dynamic of Jack just gets 1 possession to make it into the end zone. Benjamin gets 1 possession. That's the part I didn't.
2-point conversions from here on out. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And so that's the kind of part that just kind of threw me. I was just like, oh, all right. But however, again, something was discussed between the two streets, and we won the game. So that's all I know.
Yes, sir. And let's hopefully that the streak continues as we move forward. Reminding folks that you can listen live to the Panthers take on Incarnate Word this weekend on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Starts at 6 p.m. Central Time All you have to do is go to obnradio.com, click on the Listen Live link, and you'll have the game throughout its entirety. And if you miss it live, you can always visit the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network for the rebroadcast. Guys, you got anything you want to add before we shut this segment down this week?
Well, my closing comment was I wanted to give Prince his kudos. I've been a little sentimental since I lost my uncle, so I want to give him his flowers because in listening to some of these other shows, I realized, man, that a whole lot of people, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, and other schools, that they're copying. And, I didn't realize how, valuable. I'm sure, I knew you was a good person and so forth and so on, but I don't know if I realized how valuable your program is until you go to other shows and you see how they try to manipulate or they try to copy, or for the person from Louisiana who didn't know what emulate is, wanting to emulate what Prairie does. Man want to tell me Prairie we trying to be their rival. Man, I had to tell him what rival means. We're not trying to emulate nothing for Southern. Oh, but I'm sorry. Let me get back focused. I wanted to give you your flowers, man, because you do a good job, and if don't nobody else give you credit and flowers, university or other schools from the SWAC, I wanted to publicly say I appreciate, man, what you've done, and I wanted to also say thank you for allowing me, and I'll let Jack say it for himself, but allowing me to be a part of your show, because whenever somebody wants to steal what you're doing, you must be doing something good. So keep your head up, man, and just know I got your back. And if somebody come a calling that, we need to deal with, we'll deal with that too. So I got you.
Well, we appreciate that, little brother. Jack, what you got for us?
Yeah, to piggyback off of what Ben was saying, I think I've always told you that you're a trendsetter, and people don't want to give you credit for the things that you've done. That's okay, and you don't even hold that against them. So
athletic director's off. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Lord have mercy, boy.
Yeah, you've always been that stand-up.
Madam President, I'm sorry. Oh man, I'm tripping. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Always stay encouraged. Keep your head up, and let's go Panthers this weekend.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you guys and your heartfelt messages. And like you said, it's a labor of love. We do what we do because we saw a need many years ago, and we don't do it for no other reason but to keep the people enlightened and informed. And sometimes you go by misunderstood. Sometimes people appreciate what you say. They don't like what you say. Sometimes they take it personal, but I still have a job to do. And I was accredited to do this and certified, if you would, by my beloved Prairie View A&M University to do this broadcast journalism. I've been doing it, 30-plus years now. And I don't feel tired yet, gentlemen, and we will continue to keep on giving the gift that keeps on giving. That's updates each and every day here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Always be sure to check out our 24-hour stream at obnradio.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And follow me on Twitter X at The Mike Prince Show. On behalf of Ben, Jack, and myself, we appreciate you guys so much. Let's go PV. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.